and welcome to another episode of Wheelchair Wednesday. I am coming to you live from my couch in my living room. How's everyone going? This is my outfit and my shoes of the week. I am wearing a Tiffany's choker with earrings that you've probably seen before, as well as a new bracelet that I got. I love it. And here are my shoes of the week. Now, these shoes are absolutely awesome, and I love them, and they're great, and they were not that expensive. So here we go. Here are my shoes of the week. Just take a look. Just look. Just look at them. They're just amazing, and I love them. And this week, I thought I would do a video on questions and answers. In my last couple of videos, I've asked you to submit your questions, and I told you that I would answer them, and here we go. Let's start off with question number 1, which is, okay, first question, will I do a transfer video? I probably won't do a transfer video. It's really been done to death. So if you want to see a transfer video, go to YouTube, type in transfer video or wheelchair transfer video, and you should see tons and tons of videos like that. So, if anyone's curious about those types of things, there's tons of things out there for that already. I'm just really not into doing those types of videos. Okay, number 2, this is from someone named Black Dolphin. He asked me, my friend recently had a life-changing disease affect her. She is in a wheelchair. That's the only difference now. Last time I saw her, she could walk. How should I approach this new circumstance? Should I behave like nothing happened? My suggestion to you would probably be something like, I wouldn't necessarily bring it up right away. I would probably let her bring it up. However, if she decides not to bring it up, I might say something to her like, if you ever want to talk about anything, if you need a friend, feel free to contact me. We can catch up on a bunch of different things. I wouldn't really push the issue too much. I mean, clearly something happens, but oftentimes what I've noticed in the very beginning is that I didn't want to constantly talk about it. People would always come up to me and, it was just very awkward. So definitely allow her to open up to you first, as opposed to going up to her and questioning her. So definitely just take it easy with that. Here's another question from Jared Wise. He says, you talk a lot about dating for women in wheelchairs. Can you give us guys and share some dating advice? I actually tried to do a lot of research on this. I asked a couple of guy friends who were in wheelchairs if they had any dating tips, and I came up kind of empty. Being the fact that I'm not a guy who's in a wheelchair, it'd be kind of remiss for me to go and give you advice on that. However, I can tell you things that interest me about a guy and things that are a turn on or a turn off. I think confidence is huge. If I met a guy in a wheelchair, I wouldn't necessarily be turned off right away, but I would definitely not want him to talk about, overly personal things having to do with being in a wheelchair. I would still just try to maintain like my masculinity. I'd try to make a girl laugh. I would totally have ultra confidence, and I say just go for it. You're gonna find people out there who either want to date a person in a wheelchair or they don't. So I think that's just normal everyday guy stuff. I've heard guys say that it's always like a chance of rejection and things like that. So I think that maybe if you go through that a little bit, you'll find out basically the different things that you can do, what women like and what women don't like. And the last question is from somebody named Get to Know Kira. She wants to know if she has a question for the ladies on the thicker side. She says that she always has a hard time finding dresses that won't rise when she's sitting. So I should do a video on women in wheelchairs that want to look sexy and classy at the same time. Now, I've done a lot of research on this, and I come up with a couple of tips. The first tip that I found is the most flattering dresses on women, and especially curvy women, are A-line dresses. So here is an example of that. Here's an A-line dress. Now, if you notice, the dress is sort of shaped like an A. You see how it's kind of, it's, you know, it's thinner on top and then it kind of flares out. Now, dresses like this really focus on, you know, it kind of gives you like a slimming waist look. You know, it also accentuates what you have up here, but at the same time kind of hiding the imperfections that you might have, as you can see. Also, I've stressed this a couple of times in my video about the dresses that I found lately as far as transferring and things like that. They're dresses that are longer in the back and shorter in the front, and I find these really, really helpful. Another thing that I was suggested was shapewear. Now, shapewear are things like this that you can basically put underneath your clothes, which kind of suck in certain areas that you don't, you know, every woman has a little bulge here and there, especially if you're always sitting down. So it's important to kind of, you know, maximize what you have, and maybe a little bit of shapewear could also be very helpful. I actually have tons of other tips that I will share with the ladies that are a little bit on the curvy side. These are my suggestions for this week, and I will see you all next week, and I hope you guys had a great Wednesday.